Good morning, guys. I hope this will help you. The discussion about this is going to be the discussion of the graph that we call uh, exponential graph. The one on top, the equation it appears here. F at x is equals to b to the power of x plus 2. And then we are given a point here on the graph. We are given a point, this point, the coordinates of a is 2 and 5. That means we should calculate the value of b and the value of q. So if we are asked a question like this, the first thing we think about is to substitute, everything that we have into the given equation. So the equation it is given on top on the statement. It is f at x is equal to b at x plus q. So we should compare this this exponential graph. This is an exponential graph because we see the x at the top, the x is the exponent. That means now we should compare the exponential graph, the original exponential graph, the one that we understand. That means the one that we understand, we know that the asymptote, the horizontal asymptote is the x-axis, and then it increases like this. This graph it is called y is equals to 2 to the power of x. That means if we are given this one, we should analyze and check whether the one that we are given, it looks similar to the one that we know. So now we have seen, we are given also the asymptote of this graph here. This asymptote is y is equals to 1. That means in this original graph, we know that the asymptote y is equals to 0 because it's the x-axis. The asymptote was the x-axis. We know that the asymptote was the x-axis there. In this case, we know that the asymptote is at y is equals to 1. That means the asymptote used to be at y is equals to 0. Now it has moved 1 unit up. That means if it has moved 1 unit up from here, we know that from here, from this point, it has moved 1 unit up. That means that asymptote will represent the value of q. You have seen in the original asymptote here, the original asymptote is 0 here. Y is equals to 0. That means there q should represent the y is equals to 1. That means q should be 1. So we already know the value of q. It is given on the statement. So q is equals to 1. We know that q is equals to 1 because of the horizontal asymptote has moved 1 unit upward. Now the only thing that we should calculate is the value of b. So if we want to calculate the value of b, we should substitute the value of x and y that we have on that graph. We are given a point here. This point is a. That means this point will help us to calculate the value of b. So we know the value of y is 5 and the value of x is 2. So whenever we see f at x, we substitute 5. That means we say 5 is equals to b to the power of what? The power of 2. Because when y is 2, when y is 2, when y is 2, when y is 5, x is 2. It is given there. And then now we also calculated, we know that the value of q, it was given on the statement, it is plus 1. So the only variable that we have is b. So we need to calculate b. The first step we transpose, we should transpose 1 this side. If we transpose 1, it changes the sign. We have 5 minus 1 is equals to b to the power of 2. That means 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 is equals to b to the power of 2. And then we put the square root both sides. We square root both sides. That means if we square root both sides, we will find the answer of b. The b value should be plus or minus 2. We know that if b is negative, it should be on the left hand side. If b is negative 2, it should be on the left hand side. So now we should we should see what is happening here. So now if b it was negative, we know the graph should be a decreasing function. So b will help us to understand whether the graph will be an increasing exponential graph or a decreasing exponential graph. So we know that b is equal to positive 2 because as the values of x are increasing this direction, the y coordinates are also increasing. As the values are increasing, the values of x are increasing. That means the y values are also increasing. That means this graph b is equal to positive 2. I hope this will help you, and I really think this is much, it gives you much more understanding than when you have done it in the class. Maybe this is how you start by comparing the graph that is given to the basic function that you know. Thank you.